And away we go, off to UNATCO HQ. And you know what? Like, I'm feeling a lot better overall about the NSF and a lot worse about UNATCO. Because we saw that email from... oh, hey, thanks for the ride, Jock. I'm glad to see we made it here in one piece, considering you had a few before we left. But yeah, like, I'm feeling a lot better about the NSF and a lot worse about UNATCO. Mostly because... Ooh, okay. 0451... The email that we found in Osgood and Sons, I guess it's just about that bot. It mentioned that they should, like, the NSF should avoid civilian casualties at, like, pretty much all costs, which is really awesome to hear. One of the guys, like, kind of wrote back saying that, like, some of them were going to be, unfortunately, inevitable, and they might have to kind of, you know, run their own propaganda to kind of keep that from hurting their cause too much. But apparently UNATCO is already kind of using essentially any mistake that they have to kind of just do as much damage as possible.
Welcome back. Your mission was a success. Just about the only bright side of the operation, unfortunately. Report to Manderley for a briefing.
Thanks, Alex. Will do.
Mr. Deck.
Who are you?
Yeah?
The prisoners on level 3 are a sensitive matter. Leave the interrogations to Mr. Simons. You are authorized to receive your orders from Joseph Manderley, after which you will return to the helipad.
Okay.
Simons. You guys from DC? What agency?
Please proceed to Manderley's office. We will expect to see you shortly.
When men in black suits that are robots that have, like, weird eye symbols on the back of their neck show up and they're 100% identical, I don't know about that. And they came with some Simons guy?
Still haven't had a chance to clean my gun.
Well, you can do that at some point.
Gunther's full of it. Earlier tonight, in the statue, I bet you had at least half a dozen takedowns. At least.
Yep, all non-lethal. So we've read that. Also, another thing of note is, where was our brother Paul? We were supposed, when we took out that generator, he was supposed to come storming in and support us. But Gunther came in instead. And he kind of just stayed up on top. We kind of had to clear the whole place out on our own, so I don't know where the hell he went.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Fine. Private Lloyd, come on, we're friends.
If it wasn't for the warehouse, I'm sure you would have helped out with the firefight in front of the hotel.
I did.
I know for a fact from when you were at the academy that you can do more than throw gas grenades and use a prod. They're full of it.
Come on, Private Lloyd. We were in the same academy class together. You don't gotta be like that. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. I'm not going to go get debriefed immediately by Manderley. I want to kind of do the same thing I did before, which is wander around.
Said he's busy, but to wait outside his office.
Will do. In a little bit, I gotta go check emails. So I want to check my email. I want to check the bulletin boards and kind of do what I did before to just see if anything new has kind of shown up. Speaking of...
That's against protocol, Agent.
Hey, come on, man. I'm an agent. I'm a special agent. I'm augmented. Garbage. I figured there would probably be nothing that... What's this?
That's against protocol, Agent. You
can't read the UNATCO book? What do we got going on in here? Shank darts. Ha! They put the basketball back up. Well, there we go. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, my office. JCD... Bionic Man? Is that right? Sweet. So this is from our friend Jamie, the doctor here. Congrats. Congrats on surviving your first mission, Trebbot. I know it's all part of the job, but I'm glad to see you back in one piece, more or less anyways. If you get this message before I get a chance to see you in person, then get your ass down here so I can patch you up. By the way, I hear a few things from up top, and I get the impression that they were definitely taking advantage of this NSF attack to evaluate your performance. So far, everyone seems to be ecstatic. Well, everyone except Gunther, but he's got his own problems. Keep it up, but keep an eye out too. I get the impression sometimes that everyone here has their own agenda. Oh, well, that's good to hear that everyone is ecstatic about my progress right now. Because with all the suspicions around my brother, I don't want to have that kind of fall onto me as well. Oh, well, speaking of our brother, this is a suspicious email. Watch your back. I don't have much time, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. They're going to tell you a lot of things about what went on today, and it's probably all going to get pinned on me. I've got my reasons, but I can't go into them right now. Not over the net, but you've got to trust me that there are reasons. Maybe I can point you in the right directions, tap a few computers, and see what you can come up with. Try Manderley's computer if you can risk it. Password is night_killer. You might also check Navarra's, but I don't have her password. Cold woman, be careful around her. And for that matter, everyone else. So here's, I wonder, that was really a suspicious email from Paul there. Like, I wonder what the heck's going on. No, we can't actually log in anymore on any other ones. I mean, it kind of seemed like, well, what went wrong today? Our mission was successful. I mean, despite him being totally MIA. Ooh. This is Navarra. Who's that? The Simons fellow, maybe, that's here. There's Manderley. I'm not gonna go in there quite yet. What's this? I think we've seen this. No, we haven't. Chapter 2, The New Seraphim. As the giddiness that greeted the new millennium faded to the grim apathy in the face of the plague, famine, and inevitable waves of national convulsions that followed in their wake, the United Nations found increasingly outmoded and unable to cope with the worldwide rise in terrorism. Tensions between the affluent, walled away in their private enclaves, and those less fortunate escalated rapidly as basic medical care facilities collapsed under the weight of each new outbreak. The very pervasiveness of the net fractured communities into smaller and smaller special interest groups. As local police grew increasingly ineffectual and access to deadlier weapons became more commonplace, conflicts spilled over national borders and onto the streets of major urban cities. The United Nations was forced to admit their own military was both outmoded and unequipped to deal with these threats, so a new organization was required, UNATCO, an army of seraphim, divinely charged to mete out justice with burning wings and flaming swords. Yikes. That is propaganda 101 right there. Okay, let's blow this shit up. What? What's happening? What's happening?
Come out, agent. I can sense you quite.
Oh god! Well, okay. That's cool, I guess. I'm glad I saved. I guess I'll pick that lock. I wonder why she is so, like, on top of things. Hello.
I heard about the raid. Don't sweat it. I'm sure Paul had his reasons.
Yeah, I don't know why he was absent. Data Cube. Millennium Magazine. Okay. What's this? Oh! This is the guy! This is one of our two Illuminati mans. Oh, Bob Page. I've heard that name before. I'm trying to remember where I heard it from. Bob Page Industries. He was responsible for making the Medbots, which put our OGs into, and also, I think, the sub pen that was put in Brooklyn. So he's responsible for those two things, and I wonder what else. Like, this is one of our masterminds. And he mentioned this too, Aquinas. Huh. Holy crap. Okay. Awesome.
I better make my rounds.
That's cool. Let's go ahead and hack this. Oh, 750. I'll take that.
I'd like to know what the feds are doing down in the cell block.
Me too. Any new stuff? Ooh, we totally have new stuff. Awesome. So Stopping Terror, a new perspective on freedom. When one maniac can wipe out a city of 20 million with a microbe developed in his basement, a new approach to law enforcement becomes necessary. Every citizen of the world must be placed under surveillance. That means sky cams at every intersection, computer-mediated analysis of every phone call, email, and snail mail, and a purely electronic economy in which every transaction is recorded and data mined for suspicious activity. We are close to achieving this goal. Some would say that human liberty has been compromised, but the reality is just the opposite. As surveillance expands, people become free from danger, free to walk alone at night, free to work in a safe place, and free to buy any legal product or service without the threat of fraud. One day, every man and woman will quietly earn credits, purchase items for quiet homes on quiet streets, have cookouts with neighbors and strangers alike, and sleep with the doors and windows wide open. If that isn't the tranquil dream of every free civilization throughout history, what is? Okay, I was wondering who wrote this. Yeah, this sounds like a viewpoint Ana Navarro would definitely have. Total control. And then I guess the benefit is you are safe because you have no freedom. I don't like that at all. That's not the right way. Next one is terrorism, war without fronts. How do we fight an underground threat, one with no defined territory, base, or often known leader? We look to military history. The casebook example of how to manage civil unrest is the Hamlet Evaluation System, HES, developed by the United States military during its occupation of South Vietnam in the 20th century. Since population centers in that country contained both communist rebels and loyal citizens, the towns were ranked on a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the safest. The monthly reports of local commanders useful in Vietnam for maintaining contour maps of ideology concentration have provided many components of the UNATCO sector field report. The modern UDU, UNATCO deployed unit, has been modeled on the CAP, Combined Action Platoon, deployed in Vietnam, a 15-man rifle squad responsible for a single hamlet. CAP protected villages typically earned a 2.95 HET score compared to a 1.6 average in the same region. CAP units performed in many mission roles, but they primarily worked with indigenous police to strengthen ideological ties. Like CAP units, UNATCO teams are primarily concerned with building safe communities. I don't know if modeling like our units after anything that we did in the Vietnam War is really a good idea. I mean, the Vietnam War was kind of a nightmare, and we ended up retreating from that and didn't really achieve any objective that we wanted. So, I don't know about that. Cool. Know your enemy. Templars. Heck yeah, this is what I was waiting for. So there is some debate as to whether the Templars should be considered a terrorist organization because they do not employ typical tools of terrorism. But make no mistake, the Templars are just as dangerous as any other group that might use guns and bombs to intimidate the free citizens of a country. Only the Templars wield blackmail and extortion as their weapons. Supposedly the direct descendant of a so-called secret society with its root in the medieval Crusades, the present-day Templars are mainly concerned with increasing their own bank accounts and elaborately illegal financial manipulations that have left entire markets collapsed in their wake. The Templars are currently classified as inactive after being successfully diminished by a combined UNATCO/Interpol raid on their Paris headquarters in 2051. However, several key Templar figures are still at large and may attempt to reform the organization under a new designation. I think it was Manderley's team which did this, because his secretary had mentioned that she changed his password to Night Killer because I guess he took out the Templars. Pretty crazy. X-51. Little is known about X-51 aside from their involvement in all matter of illegal research, much of it prescribed by worldwide concords over the last 50 years. Computer profiling shows a high likelihood that X-51 was responsible for the SoCal disaster that submerged much of Southern California. Holy shit. Though the exact nature of the experiment that led to the tragedy is still unknown. Little other information is available on the overall objective of X-51, if any exists. X-51 is believed to be led by Gary Savage, a scientist previously employed by the United States government for a variety of black projects until he disappeared under mysterious circumstances several years ago. All agents are advised to be vigilant for any indications as to the whereabouts of Savage or other members of X-51, and report them immediately to their operator or immediate superior. This sounds from... Oh, Savage! They mentioned his guy in the opening cutscene, but I can't remember if they like Savage was kind of on their team, or if they were hunting for Savage. I'll look that up, and I'll throw an annotation probably like somewhere over here as just kind of like a quick, like, was he for or against that kind of opening dudes? I guess we know one of them now is Bob Page. What's up, Prez? What do we got in here? I think we do. I remember picking up the key for that. It takes forever to open up if I remember, right? Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Don't want to go into Manderley's office just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and save again. Hey.
Carry on, Agent.
How unprofessional.
Don't listen to what they're saying about the shootout in the park and Hell's Kitchen. You had other priorities.
I helped, though. I guess not enough. See what Alex is up to. Or not. He's not there. Locked. Oh man, I wish I remembered the code for this. No. Okay, I'll go ahead and use the multi-tool. That's fine. Bioelectric cell. What's this? Project Dybbuk. Yeah, we've already read that one. Rotary aircraft. Anything in this terminal? Oh, to Alex. The Oracle says, we find your question interesting. We have several references to an entity token MJ12, but all are ambiguous. It will be necessary to expand cycles to clarify relationships for codification of representative patterns before further recognition can be accomplished. It will be time-consuming, but past working relationships have shown an 83% favorable return. Awesome. So it looks like Alex is actually researching that company we were looking into, which is good. So Alex seems to be one of the good guys. Who do we got in here? Oh, this is the med bay. I'm gonna go ahead and repair myself, or heal up. Ooh, we can put... Oh, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want Run Silent. I'm gonna get Run Silent. I've been a stealth guy. You know what would be cool, actually? I wonder if we can upgrade this as well. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. Making it to where we can actually, like, press that and just, like, be able to run around still and just, like, walk up to people and fuck them in the back of the head. I don't think we've read this yet. Medical Management of Biological Casualties Handbook. U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases. In addition to their detrimental health effects on the targeted population, biological warfare agents would likely cause significant impacts on the medical care system. Massive numbers of patients and demands for intensive care would overwhelm medical resources. Special medications or vaccines not generally available in standard pharmaceutical stocks would be required. Medical care providers and laboratory personnel might need added protection, and autopsy and interment of remains could present hazards not commonly dealt with. So it's just kind of giving us, I guess, a little bit of information about, like, what we're currently dealing with the Gray Death. I almost forgot the name of it for a second there. So I think we have... Yes, we totally do. Cool beans. I'll take that. What is this? Origins of UNATCO was something we already saw. But what about this? Med Directorate. So this was from J. Reyes. Information concerning the mechanism to which you refer is Available only to those with clearance Throne / 6G or higher. Further discussion on this matter with unauthorized personnel will result in disciplinary action. All subsequent questions. Oh god. I think this is talking about a kill switch. An autonomic shutdown. Oof. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's talking about a kill switch. Holy crap. I wonder if I have one of those kill switches too. But he did mention mechanical, and we're not mechanical. We're nano augmented. I wanna double check this again real quick and read this more clearly. Actually, you know what? I'll do this. I'll let that go ahead and go. Let me talk to Jamie over here, and then I'll go back.
I took a few hits tonight. The doc had to operate.
We'll get well soon, soldier.
Yes, sir. I will.
Get well.
Thanks for talking to my friend. He admires you.
No problem. Wow, I didn't realize how short Jamie was.
Looks pretty bad down here.
Keeps getting worse, too. It must be raining bullets out there.
The NSF aren't kidding around. How you holding up?
Fine. I lost one of the privates because a refrigeration unit went down. That's always hard.
You've got a lot on your hands. Don't beat yourself up over faulty equipment.
By the way, we aren't in such shambles that we can't spare a few medkits. Check the storage closet.
Thanks, Jamie. I didn't already take those. No, sir. I really wonder what's down here. Because it's just like this little secret hidden spot. Alright, real quick now. While replacing one of our mech augmented agents, I located a mechanism with the regulation system was not present in any documentation I had available. I'm concerned the failure of this mechanism could lead to a complete shutdown of the agent's vital systems with the obvious consequences that would entail. I've attached additional CRI scans of the structure and surrounding. And he was told to kind of cut that out because it's a clearance of 6G or higher. Which I thought is what our clearance was, so hopefully we don't have one as well. But they did say mechanically augmented, so that's Navarra and Gunther for sure. We got a bioelectric cell, candy bar, soda. What's this?
I don't think you're supposed to be down here.
Oh shit, okay, yeah, that's right. Those robot dudes told me to not interrogate prisoners down there. Hell with that. I'm going in.
I won't say anything, but I think you should go.
I guess I can't do anything here. Okay. Thanks for not saying anything. Alright. Agent Navarra's computer. I'm not sure what to think of Agent Denton. He's not like the brother, but seems eager to prove. I wonder if he understands what may be at stake here. Mission objectives. Of primary importance in the upcoming operation is recovering all the stolen ambrosia. If it falls into any terrorist hands, it could be a potential tool for blackmail that would pose a serious security risk. However, our best intelligence indicates that Juan Lebedev, a known terrorist leader, is behind the sculling attack. Damn it. I ran out of time. Okay. Let's go ahead and just get rid of these. What's up, Sam Carter? You got any stuff for me? I cleared my inventory out for you.
Agent Denton, marvelous. In addition to an accuracy weapon modification, I've got a couple of multi-tools.
Awesome.
Mr. Carter, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
I'm getting the impression that UNATCO is focused more on military operations than law enforcement.
For real.
The focus has shifted lately, I agree.
The only way Anna would have been satisfied is if I'd executed every terrorist in Castle Clinton. The standing order seems to be shoot to kill.
Direct intervention is always part of the game. In my day, we were just more civilized about it.
Civilized. That's the word. I guess I was expecting a little more class from the world's anti-terrorist organization.
We just have to strike a balance. Why don't I throw in an extra clip with those multi-tools? I trust you will be able to judge when one or the other is appropriate for achieving mission objectives.
Thanks, Sam.
I can't carry anything else right now.
Wait,
Hold
what?
on.
But I got them. Because I'm at 6 tools now. and here's this... What? That's so strange.
Ready to load up?
I can't carry any.
Odd. I really want in there, but I also don't want to steal from him. He's cool.
I better make my rounds.
Better. I think that's everything. I think we... Not this time. Not this time.
I was here first.
Okay.
Mr.
Jesus.
Manderley is in a meeting, JC. You'll have to wait.
I was told to report for a debriefing.
A debriefing. Do not worry. I will state in my report that I was satisfied with your performance.
Interesting. Like, that's kind of as good as it gets from you.
You'll have to wait a minute. Mr. Manderley is busy.
This account has been locked, pending investigation.
Hey, I'm trying to work.
Well, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting right now, so... Hold on. Nothing.
Be quiet. I am trying to listen.
Ooh, you can...
Just fire the arrogant son of a bitch.
I wasn't exaggerating. He's our best agent.
We don't need him. We've got his brother, and more are on the way.
He knows nothing.
Are they talking about Paul?
I think he does. You should never
They
have
are.
sent him to Hong Kong.
He went to Hong
Let's
Kong.
be sensible. We have to look at the whole record.
Look, I understand. He was your pet project, but it's out of my hands. Now that the shipment's been lost.
I know. I will comply with the order.
That's all I ask. Carry on. I'm going downstairs to interrogate the prisoners.
Oh my god.
Come on, Agent.
This guy. This is one of the guys. This is our other guy. So we've got Bob Page was talking to this dude. And
looking to you to set an example.
He got a FEMA appointment, I think. What position that was, we don't know yet, but apparently he has control over Manderley.
Agent Denton, at your service.
Denton. Yes, I hear you're turning out to be quite an asset to the Coalition.
Doing my best, sir. Forgive me, but I do not believe I know your name.
We aren't ready for an introduction yet.
Okay.
No, it's not time. Just keep your nose to the pavement. You'll be well rewarded. Trust me.
I don't trust you as far as I can throw you, man. We've got our Illuminati team now. I'm gonna follow this guy. You're one of two hyper bad guys. Oops. Nobody heard that. Shh. Oh. Run silent. I don't know if I need to do this, actually. Hang on.
I have an important matter to attend to.
I guess, like, he's just gonna let me follow him? I'm hoping I can overhear him interrogate these prisoners.
Manderley will chew us out if he finds out you were here.
Shh.
I have one question.
Oh,
They
shit.
already asked. I don't know.
One must admire a man who can keep a secret because he has value. What you know more than others makes money and gives you a measure of power.
You Walton Simons? You think I could be bribed?
Walton Simons.
Force
WS.
NSF protection in Queens. Your son Richard attending Bronx Science. You see, I have a few relevant facts myself. Care to make a trade?
You wouldn't dare.
I'll give you 2 seconds to decide. Get out of here, Denton. This is none of your business.
Whoa.
I don't think you're supposed to be down here, Agent.
You don't need to know I'm still here.
Time's up. Where is the NSF taking the ambrosia?
They asked me already. I don't know.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to
His
detention
FEMA appointment.
centers. Your tabloids call it RX-84.
This is 100%
including
him.
the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court.
In my position, I find it very easy to add names to that list.
Go to hell.
Alright. Holy
I
crap.
won't say anything, but I think you should go.
So this guy is definitely the WS that we saw in the email. I mean, it's too much of a coincidence. He showed up here at Manderley's office, who received a WS email, and then there was that MJ12 computer down in the sewers that also mentioned, or also had an email from WS. So this guy, and of course Bob Page, are kind of controlling everything. They're like the #1 bads. We've read that. Hello?
Hello, JC. Come in. Clerical task first. Your op bonus is split between the Castle Clinton and warehouse objectives, 500 each. You get the full 1,000 plus 200 for how you handle the hostage situation in the Battery Park subway station. Good work across the board.
Thank you, sir. Who is that you were meeting with?
Politics, bureaucracy, mismanagement. JC, I've got some bad news. The mission failed.
I would have taken out that JoJo punk, but he wasn't even in the warehouse.
Never mind that. He slipped out before you even got to New York.
What about the shipment?
I'm just going to say it straight, JC. Your brother screwed up.
Whoa.
We got nothing, and he's taking the heat this time. The Coalition is letting him go.
Holy crap.
What went wrong?
We don't know. He hasn't reported back. The rest of the strike force says he lost his nerve.
I think he was trying to avoid casualties. In Hell's Kitchen, instead of clips for the troops, he was issuing tear gas.
Whatever the case, now it's your turn. We've got one more chance to retake that shipment.
Has it been located?
Take the chopper back to the city. We know they plan to put the Ambrosia on a plane, but we don't know which airfield.
Where should I start?
If I were the NSF, I'd be moving it through the subways, the abandoned parts of the infrastructure.
I'll check out the subways.
And stay away from the press this time, especially the tabloids. Do I need a manual? Secrets are lives?
Yes, sir.
We leaked that information
Waiting for 20 minutes.
to Joe Green in the bar.
What is it?
I would like to be reassigned to Agent Herman.
Oh, come on, Anna.
Is Agent Denton?
He completed his objective, but our tactics are incompatible.
It's true.
In other words, he didn't kill everything in sight.
He could have made a more thorough search for NSF targets, yes.
Our pilot Jock is waiting for you at the helipad.
You have your orders for Mr. Manderley.
Anything else I can over here?
Let's not be hasty. He will improve.
That's what you said about his brother.
Let me say this once. That's a sore spot, and you know it.
You should have listened to me.
Aha. End of meeting. You have a lot to teach, JC. And that's why you're his partner.
Nevertheless, I will submit my concerns in writing to Walton Simons, as I did regarding Paul.
Walton Simons. Verified by her.
Get moving.
Yikes.
If you see your brother, send him my way. He
The Art of War.
report back.
I'm gonna check your
Hey.
computer.
Who do you think you are?
Excuse me. Knight_killer. So from Anna Navarra, as ordered, I have maintained a close watch on Agent Denton during our operation in New York. I have found his performance to be adequate in the task, if not without certain occasional reluctance. It is my opinion that nano-augmentations in no way compensate for experience, and Agent Denton quite obviously has a considerable amount of learning to do before he can be considered a fully qualified agent. Agent Hermit concurs with this evaluation. I will file a more detailed report when time allows. On another email from WS, which we now know as Walton Simons, I will be arriving at Liberty later today to survey the situation and assess the viability of the primary subject. We know that's our brother now. Unless there are extenuating circumstances that you so far failed to present to us, it is our belief that the primary may need to be terminated in favor of the secondary. And we're the secondary. Holy crap. Continue to profile the secondary's response to authority and mission objectives. If there is any deviation, isolate the subject for debriefing upon my arrival. So he's already arrived. So apparently they haven't found any deviation from me yet, which is good. And that's further...
Don't forget to check in with Carter and Reyes.
I did check in with them. So far so good. I mean, there's nothing really we can kind of do about this right now. Like, so I guess I'll just kind of have to... I'll just kind of have to, you know, work from inside as I've been doing and try to, like, limit loss of life. That's all I can kind of do for now. And I hope my brother is able to make it out of this shit okay, because, I mean, they fired him. And also, hopefully, there's no, like, kill switch involved that we saw on Jamie's computer. Anyways, though, I think this is a good place to stop for now. So thanks for joining me here, everybody. I know this was kind of an exposition-heavy one, as you know, usual for UNATCO HQ missions. But thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.